Okay, hello everyone. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm at home today. As you can tell, I kind of look like shit today. I was kind of sick today, so I decided to stay home. I ate something that didn't really agree with me, but that's okay. Paris, you have the whole live to yourself, which is perfectly fine. Let's get you a timestamp. 1 minute. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so Paris just wants a spiritual reading. And yeah, nothing wrong with that. Spirit, please tune into Paris. Thank you for getting a reading from me. I appreciate you. Okay. Spirit, can we have a spiritual message for Paris, whatever Paris needs to know? Ooh, got some extra cards. Sorry, it's my spell oils. Okay. What spiritual deck do I feel called to for you? I think fairy deck is good. Oh my gosh, I have like no room on my desk right now. My cards are like everywhere. Make some room. So far, what I'm seeing is a lot of commitment, like sticking something out, like really digging your heels in somewhere and staying like committed to either like a work venture or like a project of some sort. I like it. It's a good vibe. Okay, you got a lot of extra cards, which is kind of funny. Okay. Back up a little bit. Back up. Okay, so we start with the Four of Wands and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So this is like, I'm not really getting what I want at the moment, and I really want to solidify some sort of foundation. So I think that it looks like you want to start either like a new creative venture, or maybe you're looking for a new job, or you're just looking for something in your life that gets you excited every single day. But in order to have that thing, there needs to be some sort of foundation that needs to be laid so that you have like a home base almost, which that's kind of an interesting thing to pick up on. I feel like it's cool that you asked specifically for a spiritual reading, because I feel like that relates to what's politically happening in the world. So it's nice to know that you're kind of aligned with the progression of like where society is going, right? It's not going to be like this for forever. Like shit is horrible right now, but it's not going to be like this for forever. Is it going to be really painful maybe for the next couple of, maybe for the next 20 years or so? Yeah, probably. But at least you're on the right track to like you're doing the right thing, which is, that should give you like some peace of mind. We then have the Queen of Pentacles, which is getting your priorities straight and investing in something and really, really prioritizing that investment. And then we have the Hierophant, which is commitment. So I also feel like that has to do with like tradition and not necessarily religion, but again, having some sort of like home base to come back to. So the Hierophant can also represent your like your values and your morals, which is a part of your foundation. It doesn't necessarily always have to be like a physical home to like sleep in, right? It could be like, here is home. Up here is home. And then we have the Five of Wands, which is conflict. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Again, I feel like you're very aligned with society. Like you're not just like you feel very tuned in. You don't feel like you're trying to ignore everybody around you, which is really, really good. It feels very community based. I feel like Spirit is trying to warn you not to get caught up in a lot of things that will be happening on social media. To be honest, I kind of want I kind of want to expand on your reading, not necessarily just for you, but I see a lot of like society, like themes for society in this. So it kind of makes me curious, like as a reader, like, so I might like expand on this personally after the live is over. So if you want to know what I find with that, let me know. Maybe I'll pull on it like on my live or something tonight. But the Five of Wands is asking you to be careful about who you listen to and who you take advice from, because that again is like too many cooks in the kitchen. It's being overwhelmed by all the information that's being thrown at you and also all the drama that is surrounding you. So be careful about which apps you spend too much time on. I was watching Aphrodite's 2026 predictions for social media apps today, and I thought that that was really interesting because how I feel about all the apps is like it was aligning with some of his predictions, and I was like, yeah. Like, I think a really good example is like Twitter becoming the next Facebook, because it's just so full of like AI slop and craziness. You don't really know who's real and who's not real. And so I kind of see Spirit being like, be careful what kind of content you consume, be careful about anything that you're consuming. Um, yeah, very interesting. So be careful about what you're consuming, and then also like whatever project you want to start working on it. It doesn't mean you have to make a shit ton of money from it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to make a shit ton of money from it. If you're wanting to get a new job, I definitely see you getting a new job. That is definitely in your future, if that is what this is referring to. But honestly, whatever you put your effort into right now, whatever you prioritize and like are consistent with, I definitely see it growing. It's going to be a little bit slower, but that's just kind of how society is right now. If you're not like a bajillionaire or a Nepo baby, that's just kind of how we operate, and there's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. I think that the next 20 years is going to be a huge like indie vibe within creation just in general. So you're fine. Don't be like scared of that. My stomach is growling. Please ignore that. Okay, so for your spiritual cards, we have the once was innocent in the reverse. Knowledge means change. So this is about you figuring out what you want to work on next and then becoming an expert in it. You know, do your research every single day. I would set aside like 15 minutes to an hour every single day to work on whatever it is that you want to work on. Right? Like some days you're not going to have as much energy to do things, right? Maybe you get sick. Maybe you just had a really hard day at work. But spending 5 minutes on, you know, I don't know, like setting up a new email for a project, or like making a thumbnail on Canva, like at least you're making this much progress every day, and this much progress, it will mean a lot in the future. So don't hate on yourself if you can't like finish everything in one night. Do a lot of research. We also have mother and daughter, mothering, teaching, sharing knowledge, nurturing self-worth. So along the lines of doing research, talk to people within your field. I definitely see you, whatever you want to work on, I see you almost like gaining a mentor maybe within the next year or two, which is really exciting. Even if you like start a new job or something, I feel like there's going to be someone at that job who you're going to really look up to and admire, and you're going to learn a lot from them, and it's going to translate into your own life, which is going to be really helpful. And then we have glimpse in the reverse, indigo, rainbow, crystal, children, and beyond. This is about like being unique. This is the like, I'm an Aquarius, like I'm super weird. I'm an alien, no one understands me kind of card. This card talks about, in the upright, it talks about like the kids that were sent here, you know, the theory of like the indigo children who were like sent here to like raise the vibration of the earth or whatever. This in the reverse to me is always like, now is not the time to be hiding who you truly are. There is an audience out there for everybody. So even like your weird niche that you feel like you've been judged heavily for, there is somebody out there who needs to hear what you have to say. And there is potential for you to like make a living off of that too. It shouldn't, like, making money shouldn't be the number one reason why you're doing this, but like there's potential for you to like be doing what you love as a career, which I don't know, I would feel really good hearing that, you know. We have the littlest fairy, appreciate the beauty and value of the exquisite and small. So it's about the journey, not about the destination. Make sure to celebrate your small wins. I was actually talking about this in one of my tarot readings. I think it was here on YouTube. can't remember. I don't even think it's out yet. What was it? You know what? Anyway, I have a really hard time. This is like one of my biggest shadows. I have a really hard time celebrating my small wins. Like when I accomplish something, I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, what's next? And I'm really bad about like taking time to be like, oh, this is actually kind of a big deal. Like this is something that I should be proud of myself for. So don't be like me is what I'm trying to say. And like when you have some sort of accomplishment, make sure you take time to really like integrate that and like pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back, girl. We then have Light the Darkness, Ancestors, Ancestral Line, and Generational Shift. This card always comes out when Spirit wants to make you aware that you're supposed to be doing something that your ancestors or your family members either couldn't do or refused to do. So you have the opportunity here to kind of like change up your bloodline a little bit. Not that like you were put on this earth to like continue a legacy of any sort. It really bothers me when people are like, I want to have kids to like continue the legacy, and it's like, I feel like you should have kids because you love them. But so this card is about you having the opportunity to do something different and taking advantage of that, because the people or the ancestors that you have didn't really have that same opportunity, or they refused to do it because they refused to learn their lessons, right? I mean, I'm sure that you can probably look at your parents and be like, yeah, you probably should have done something different. And so I think having this opportunity when the energy is really weird, politically, just in the world in general, everything is shifting. Nobody really knows what's real. So the only option really is to do what you feel passionately about, because we don't really know what's next. So yeah, overall we have the Three of Swords in the reverse and the Eight of Pentacles. So again, this is putting work into something, like being very consistent and like really like getting into the nitty gritty. And the Three of Swords reverse is healing. So I almost feel like whatever it is that you're going to be working on over the next couple of years, it's going to be very healing for you. Like every single step that you take is going to make you so much more confident in yourself, and it's going to bring a lot more abundance. Abundance is much more than just like money. It's love, it's relationships, it's small moments, it's being able to buy the things that you want to buy, or like it's being able to like sleep in on the weekends and you don't have to have a second job anymore, or and stuff like that. Like it's the little things. So I feel like with every step that you're taking, there's going to be a lot of healing. I think this reading is about the next couple of years for you specifically. It's not necessarily about just like the next couple of weeks, which is really nice. Especially when the future feels very like okay, I don't have my timing deck with me. I left that at my office. I was expecting to be at my office today, and I was not well this morning. So okay, so your card, leadership. Yeah, okay, leadership, number 22. I really feel like 222 is about relationships. So I definitely feel like you are going to have some sort of mentor over the next couple of years. Leadership, ancient Egypt. So ancient Egypt is about like ancient technologies, being super connected to the stars, being super connected spiritually. There's a God for everything, right? This is about you connecting to like your inner self and like what you know is true about yourself, and connecting back to that woo-woo, like I don't want to say delusional, because I don't get delusional from like ancient Egypt, you know, but connecting back to that, like I can do anything if I just put my mind to it. That's how I always see like ancient Egypt. Like there's like a confidence there that is lacking, I think, in society now. Since I don't have a timing card, I'm just going to pull another time traveler card for you. The time traveler oracle is like very fitting for you right now. Okay, you got 2 extra. Nice. Okay, activate. Yeah, you got another 2, which is super funny. Okay. Number 2, activations. Humans discovering fire, Africa. That's what it says down here. There is so much innovation and like pioneering happening in your life in the next couple of years. It's like crazy. I'm like really excited to see what you do. Even if you don't start the next $1 million company, I just feel like wherever you end up work-wise, you're going to be making a really huge impact. We then have number 41, trust. Polynesian voyagers, the Pacific Ocean. I love this. Yeah, this is you going on some sort of really big adventure. And this is about, this is kind of like giving Moana, right? Like her people were all about like exploring the waters and seeing what's out there. That's the vibe here. That's the vibe here. Like you're going out and you're trying to find whatever it is you feel called to. Like there's something about, it sounds really cheesy, but there's something about your heart being like, we got to go find it. We got to go find it. And it's almost like you're following your heart and you're following your intuition and you're getting like, you're going somewhere and you're kind of like, I don't really know what's going on, but it's like you feel really, really, really good about it. So I don't know, Paris, I'm really excited to see what you do. Let me know if you've been thinking about like a project to work on or something. If you need help with anything, you know, you can always email me, see if I can lead you in the right direction. If you, I don't know, if it's spiritual or something, I can like help you with like resources or anything, you know. So anyway, that's what I have for you. The signs that are really sticking out here, Taurus. Yeah, there's a lot of earth energy here. So Taurus, which Taurus is like the slow and steady kind of, it's a slow and steady kind of vibe. Taurus is about luxury. They're very bougie. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. They're a lot more, they're an earth sign. So they're very grounded. Um, they're, they think big, in my opinion. They think big. They want it all. So it's time that you just admit out loud that you want it all. There's nothing wrong with that. So that is what I have for you, Paris. I hope that that helped. Yeah, I'm not going to do a collective because I'm just going to go rest and let my stomach rest. I think I'm just at the point where I can't eat fast food anymore. I had fast food last night. And I'm like, I think I can only eat fast food when I'm on my period. I think that's the only time that I can handle it. When I'm on my period, all I want to eat is like curly fries and chocolate cake. um, but like when I'm not on my period, I don't think that I can do fast food. Like my stomach was so messed up. So lesson learned. I guess that's what happens when you get into your 30s. So anyways, so I'm sorry I'm not doing a collective, guys. Yeah. Um, what else? Definitely go check out the K-pop readings. And I posted a reading today on Santos Bravos. And do I have a reading scheduled for tomorrow? I don't remember. I don't remember. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye.